Hello, everybody. Look, I don't even know why I'm nervous because we've done this for years, right? But I wanted to welcome everybody who's followed me before today, and those who are new to the Power of Shut Up podcast. So tonight, what I decided to do to welcome you all in and launch this brand new podcast is to give you a little background on what we're going to be doing on this podcast. For those who have supported me throughout the years, I know you have been with me since supporting me on Bliss FM, which was in studio on the Sean Mason Smith show. And then we went on to Win DC and I co-hosted another show for a few years. And of course, Luncheon with Lisa that ended earlier this year. But we had an amazing time in ending season 3. And we decided that we were going to change some things up and start the Power Shut Up podcast because that is my brand, that is my baby. And I wanted to give you a little history of where all of this came from. So I know there's some people who already know some of the backstory, so forgive me if you've heard this before. But for the new people and the new journey that we're going on, I wanted to first thank my team. Shariva is behind the scenes as she always is, keeping me on point. And I have Cheryl and Felicia that are keeping things going. So I thank my team for staying with me because I know it can get kind of crazy. And it's been a while. We had a really good break. I'm sure Shariva is like, yes, we did. We broke for a long time. We got some rest. And now we're rolling out the Power Shut Up podcast. I wanted to thank El Michelle. Thank you so much, as always, from Charlotte, North Carolina, tuning in and supporting. I appreciate you, girl. Thank you so much. So I wanted to give you a little background on why the power of shut up. Y'all know that I'm all about communication, and the better we are with communicating with each other, the more we can accomplish, is what I feel. And I've used these platforms. We've been on Facebook. We've streamed on YouTube. So I hope you all are following my YouTube channel, Lisa Dove Washington. Please subscribe and follow so you can catch all the shows. And of course, we're streaming live on the Power Shut Up Facebook page. We used to be on the Luncheon with Lisa page. You all can check out the old shows out on YouTube as well. But now we're using the Power Shut Up Facebook page. And I'm really, really excited because this truly is my baby. This is my assignment. And I'm so grateful to Sean LaSure. Y'all know Sean. Y'all seen her at my Power Shut Up symposiums and everywhere else. And she actually coached me into kind of blending some things in together and making this happen. And I think it's been an absolutely wonderful experience. And I'm ready to take this to the next level. So the Power Shut Up actually started back in 2019. And I wrote my very first book. I've co-authored many books. And I've done some amazing projects with some other very talented and wonderful visionaries. And what I did was I met up with a publisher who is absolutely amazing. Sharon is a beast at what she does. I gleaned from her, learned so much, and she helped me to birth my baby, which is the Power Shut Up. And the Power Shut Up originally came from, because I'm going to be very transparent with you all throughout this podcast, but it originally came from me having some issues within my marriage where I felt like I wasn't being heard. And I was driving my husband crazy because I had so much to say. I was pointing out everything. And I'm sure some of you ladies can relate, even some of the men, that I just had something to say all the time. Something to say. I didn't mean any harm, but I was just like, did you see that? Can you believe that? I'm just pointing out things. You don't understand, all that kind of stuff. And I became stressed. And I had a friend of mine who you will meet next week. We interviewed with Dr. Gail Crowder, but we can tell you more about the story. But in a nutshell, she told me, shut up. That's what she did. She told me, shut up. Yeah, I know. I can feel some of y'all energy right now. Like, excuse me? Because that's what I did. After I got over it, because I knew it was coming from a place of love, I realized that I was talking too much. I know that's a hard pill to swallow for a lot of people. And I don't expect that everybody will jump on board, understand. But I believe in the Power Shut Up because I've experienced it. And I've also seen what it brought me on the other side, which was much peace, and some wonderful blessings and lessons. I not only gained something from the power shut up, my husband gained something, our marriage gained tremendously, and I do think that my friends and family and those surrounding me also gained from me learning how to exercise my power shut up. Now, am I perfect at it? Absolutely not. There are some definite oops moments. I see El Michelle said I lost count on you telling me to shut up. And she means with love, absolutely. But I mean, sometimes you need that friend that can tell you shut up, and you also need to be open to receive it. And once I was able to do that, and I actually tried it, I will have to say I tried it and it worked. Now, I'm not saying that, and let me be clear, the power of shut up in no way takes away your voice. As a matter of fact, it actually enhances your voice because you're able to manage it. So I know everybody feels like that you should be able to say what you want to say. We're grown. I've heard all of those things. What I'm suggesting, and this is just a different perspective, everybody is not open, everybody's not ready. But what the power shut up suggested that there's some things that you should do to check yourself before you decide to open your mouth. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. As a matter of fact, it blessed me in many ways. And the power of shut up or exercising that power does not mean that you're wrong, that you didn't understand, you weren't clear. It just means that you decided that you're not going to pick this particular battle because it's not worth it, or your intentions aren't good, or there's something else that makes this something that won't turn out to be a positive or at least a lesson. So I really encourage people to think before you speak. And that's it in a nutshell. The power shut up is about thinking before you speak. And when I wrote the book, I was honored to have an opportunity to release my Power Shut Up book on a billboard in Times Square. That was absolutely amazing. I actually released a few books. I co-authored a couple of books, but my Power Shut Up also was released on a billboard. So I've been to New York a few times on Times Square to see my book on screen, and it was absolutely amazing. I will treasure it for always. But the Power Shut Up, if I can show you all, some of you all have ordered. Excuse my little, because I still refer to my own book. Yes, I do. Darnell, welcome, welcome. He's talking about woo. But this is the Power Shut Up. I'm encouraging you. This is not about just sending you to Amazon or Barnes and Noble to pick up your copy, but I will tell you that this whole book and this journey has changed my life. And I want to share that. The assignment for me is to share it with others. And like I said, I'm okay with those who don't get it, those who don't want to get it, and those who aren't ready. But for those who are ready to kind of do a self check and understand that it's not always responsible to say everything that comes to your lips. You need to check yourself on your intentions, your mood, location, um, who you talking to. There's a lot of things that go into it, and it doesn't take a lot of time to just think first. So I want this podcast to be a place where we can talk about how we handle situations on our jobs, with our children, in our relationships, fellas with your guys, ladies when we hanging out with our girlfriends. We just all need to learn how to be a little more open to learning something from someone else, and respecting people's talents and gifts in the areas where they're good. But it all embraces listening. So part of the Power Shut Up is about exerting your listening skills, because I think a lot of us are challenged in that way, that we don't listen. We just wait for our turn to respond. And so I'm suggesting that we actually listen when someone else is speaking and kind of gauge what they're talking about. You don't have to agree, but if you at least listen, you might gain something from it that at least pushes you in the direction that you were already going in, or it introduces you to something new. El Michelle, thank you so much. I just love her to life. But I really want to take this opportunity every Thursday, 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to help you all on tips on how we can manage our words better, because we have clearly seen in the last few years or more, or all our lives, that words matter, words have power, And I believe, and not everybody does, I get it. But when you have a platform like this, and for those who don't know, I have been doing this for years. I have been either in studio or streaming for probably over 10 years now. So this is not anything new to me. I don't always tell everything that I do. You all know me with writing. So I wrote the book, but you also know me from Dove Style Magazine, which is where all of this stuff started. I've had opportunities to be in movies, and I've really had some wonderful opportunities based on me writing articles, writing books, interviewing people. So the Power Shut Up podcast is going to share all those things. It's going to bring people in that have some amazing businesses, some people that are doing amazing events. She said since 1954. No, well, I ain't quite that old, but if I was that old, I'd be thinking I am looking really good for my age. I'll tell you that. But I love her so much. And Sharon, thank you for tuning in. Darnell, I see you. I hope you're still in here, but I appreciate you all for supporting me. I know sometimes with everybody having their own platforms or own things that they're doing out there, I always appreciate people who take the time out to support me and really embrace what I love to do, which is talking about communication. And I know there's a lot of people out here talking about it. So I'm hoping that you'll gain something from this podcast. As usual, this will be a little bit of lunching with Lisa, because you're still gonna be lunching with Lisa, because I'm always Lisa, right? We had some good times. We had DJs come onto the show. We had people doing some amazing things. I will note to you that this will be something that will be pushed over to TikTok. I've made some amazing friends, Darnell, Special, that are going to help me to push this even further. So I am excited that my team will grow, and Shariva's over there too, but I'm going to glean from other people who know exactly what they're doing to spread the word about communication. I think men and women alike need to do better. We need to be able to communicate better with our millennials, our children, and start earlier. We all made mistakes, raising our children, being raised, and mentoring other people. I am a mentor. So I take my platform seriously, and I actually take the words that come out of my mouth very seriously. I think that anybody who holds a platform has a responsibility to anyone who can hear you. And I do take that seriously. So I'm thanking everyone constantly for just taking a minute to listen to what I got to say, because some people don't care, and I'm okay with that. And of course, when I say shut up, the necks get to rolling and the eyes and all that. I get it because I did it. But I'm excited to bring people on board to share about their businesses, what they're doing. So there'll be entrepreneurs, there'll be people that have amazing businesses going on, there'll be people that have events that are coming up. Next week, we're going to be introducing you to Dr. Gail Crowder, who is the one who told me to shut up first. Well, actually, my mother might have said that first. In love. But Dr. Gail Crowder is the one who kind of told me to shut up. And I went through some things health-wise that really kind of ignited the power shut up as well. And I've learned some amazing things. So this is my baby right here. And that's where this whole Power Shut Up podcast started, but it's not where it's going to end. There's absolutely more to come. I have done book readings with the Power Shut Up. I've had the opportunity to do some amazing events with some of my team, Shariva Smith. If you all are in the DMV area, Prince Dejour, I should say Dr. Prince Dejour. He has really supported the Power Shut Up in so many ways. The Power Shut Up has turned into a symposium every year. Because one of the things that you all will start to hear about is all of the details of how the Power Shop came about. And one of them was, in order to celebrate my 50th birthday, I decided a lot of people do things to celebrate it coming in. I decided that I wanted to celebrate it going out, to make it complete that circle. So I published this book, my last day of my 50th year, because I didn't want that to be where it ends. And it has been doing amazing things for me. I have had the opportunity to speak at the Department of Education, federal government, and talk about the power shut up on your job. And I want to keep this ball rolling. I have been asked and really pushed to maybe turn this into a retreat. So there's more to come with this. But for this hour, when I bring people onto this show, we're gonna have a good time. I'm promising that. We're gonna have a good time. So we're gonna meet new people. We're gonna bring in some positive energy. But the other thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about tips and information and share ideas on how we can better communicate with each other so that we can all win. And we all can. And I believe that. So again, I want to acknowledge everybody who's in here. Darnell, I see. She said, I'm here. I'm excited for all that is to come. And yes, your book's on the way. I know you're a winner. You are a winner, Darnell. You have won some things. I think everybody on here has at some point over the years won something from either the Luncheon with Lisa or whatever. But thank you all so much. El Michelle, thank you for your excitement. Sharing, yes, and stop yelling to our to our children. Absolutely, stop yelling at our children. I know my children are probably thinking, "Oh, now you get it." Better late than never, right? But no, I am encouraging parents to think about how we're speaking to our children. It's interesting. I was in a friend of mine special's TikTok live today, and we talked about how words matter, and we carry those words with us throughout our life. So a lot of times when there's things going on in your life, you don't realize that it might have been someone who was saying something very negative about you. I know for me, I was teased about my big eyes. Hi, Special, if you're here. I love you all. Thank you all so much. We talked to her live about, things that people say to you and you think it's no big deal. And I know we talk about words and what was the saying that sticks and stones may break my bones, but words would never hurt me. And we've decided that is absolutely not true. At least I'm here to say that I don't believe that that's true. So I want us to do better. And I started with me. So the power of shut up is really a moment of self-reflection. And I wrote that book because I had learned so many things that I probably wasn't doing right, that I needed to be checked. And the first part of growing to me is when you can do a self-check. I need to be able to have someone say, Lisa, you need to get it together. And I need to be able to receive that. If I'm never able to receive that from someone else who I really know cares about me, then I still got work to do. And like I said, I'm not perfect at this, but I'm excited about what we can do and what we can gain from this podcast and bringing people on to share their ideas and experiences they've had. We're going to have a little fun with it. I think with Luncheon with Lisa, we're going to cross some of that stuff over. And we had TikTok moments. So I'm hoping to pull in some of my TikTok family and share some of their powerful and positive TikToks on our TikTok moments here. And actually bring some people over that are doing some amazing things. So some of the people that I've met over at TikTok are doing some wonderful things. I know some of you are over there and you're getting a mixture of stuff. But I think I found some real ones. Okay. I found some people who are really trying to uplift us as a community, as people, in a positive way. So I'm excited to share them with you all. And to those who have stayed with me through all of these years and y'all, tuned into the live studio, you've also tuned into us streaming. You know that we stream on, and Cherie was probably going to have to remind me, but Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple, I think is iHeart. I'm not sure. There's a long list, and there's a couple that we do plan to add. And I have enjoyed every minute of it. I'm excited that we're able to stream this, all streaming networks. That's what Sharifa said, because she's like, I can't remember them all. But I'm excited that my mom can go on YouTube and see me and check out my show, see what's going on. So I'm excited about what this podcast is going to bring. So I wanted to start off by launching this and sharing with you what you are to expect. And as we go through this season, this very first season of Power Shut Up podcast, I want to tell you a little bit more about me. I know I'll miss things along the way. I can be really bad about not remembering everything that I do, because I am one that kind of puts, just puts my foot in and let's get to work. This is all a work for me. It's hard work for me. It's self-work for me. And I feel like it's important when you find something that works, that helped you to get to some peace, that you are supposed to share that with others. We're never supposed to keep everything to ourselves. We're supposed to share with other people. And I don't get to share this side of me all the time because everybody don't want to hear about it. But I'm blessed to have people who want to tune in and hear about how exercising my power shut up has changed my life. And it truly has. And from the feedback that I've gotten from people who bought the book, or they've been to a symposium, or they've been on some of my other podcasts, so they kind of know who I am, they've shared wonderful things. So you'll find some highlights about who's been a part of this book that you all may know, because I had some people who really supported me along the way. And I also want to hear from you all on what you would like to talk about. We've had people come on and talk about real estate. We've had people come on and talk about mentorship. We've had people come on and talk about any kind of entrepreneurship that's going on. But we've also had conversations about those generational gaps. So part of the Power Shut Up too is going to be bringing on young people to talk about where we can do better about managing our conversations with them. If they're saying that we're not hearing you because of the way you're communicating with us, then we need to be open to listening to that and do better, and vice versa. I know the struggles out there. I work with some of these millennials. I can birth some of these millennials. And we actually go on our jobs and we have to communicate with each other because they know stuff that we don't know. That's my sister. Thank you so much, Erica, for supporting me. We need to get down to Georgia to visit, but I think you all know who my sister is. I think we campaigned here in the DMV for her, and she all the way in Georgia. Cause none of y'all vote, but y'all supported my sister, and I appreciate you all. So thank you so much, Erica. She just surprises me. I wasn't expecting her because I know she's a busy woman, but thank you so much. But y'all, this is what this is going to be about. This hour is going to be very important to me, and I'm hoping that will grow into more things. So just to give you a background on what the Power Shut Up has been involved in. So I had Dove Style Magazine, which is an online magazine. You can go to dovestylemagazine.org. Check out some of the articles. I've had an amazing writing team, contributing authors who have shared some wonderful insight, poetry, sports, entertainment, all kinds of things. So please check it out. It's free. And it's all about empowering, inspiring, and enlightening others. Yes, Judge Dove is in the house. How about that? And I love Dove Style Magazine. We'll be sharing some changes that are happening with some of the things that I've been doing, because I want you all to make sure that you're staying connected. From Dove Style Magazine, we celebrated 10 years last year. And from that, we started the Hidden Treasure Awards. And that's an award show where I actually highlight people in the community that are doing some amazing things, but they're considered hidden treasures to me because everybody doesn't know about them. And one of the things that I think that touches my heart is those who have so many things to say. They have really good insight on things, but people kind of dismiss them. They don't really listen to them. And sometimes it's people that's closest to you. They don't really value what you have to bring to the table, but I'm here to kind of highlight those people and thank them. A lot of times we miss some really hidden treasures because we're not paying attention. We're always giving the attention to the one that, is the loudest, or the one that we know the most, or things like that. And we kind of sleep on folks. So the hidden treasures is about recognizing those people who have kind of been hidden, but my job is to put that spotlight out on them. So I thank you all again and again and again. 10 more years, let's go. 10 more years of what though, El Michelle? Because this is a lot of work. But I actually enjoy every bit of it. And El Michelle tunes in with Luncheon with Lisa. She was in here from North Carolina. She would even come on screen. I will share with you all that we had shows where I had my team come on screen with me and we just had a good time. I even had shows where we just randomly allowed people who were wanting to come up and talk about what's going on in the world. Let them come in and join us. So we're really relaxed here. But we're serious about what we do, but we have a good time doing it. I did want to share with you that the Power of Shut Up has been around since 2019. So we have all kinds of things to support the power shut up. So let me show you a few things that we'll have that we will give away along the way. I love doing giveaways. Absolutely love it. And I can assure you that the things that I give away are things that I absolutely love. So if you don't want it, I'll keep it. I will. So I hope Special is still listening in, but we talked about this earlier with thinking before you speak. And I created these mugs a long time ago that said, shh, I'm thinking before I speak. Perfect for being on that Zoom call. And someone is asking you a question, but you know you got to zip it because it's probably not the right time. Perfect for that. Of course, I have some power shut up mugs. I have pins. I have shirts. I was going to show you a few. Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Look, I have some shirts. I'm wearing mine now. You all can't see it, but I have t-shirts. So please, ladies, come get your bling. I've even gotten some requests from men to get shirts for them as well. So I'm working on getting those shirts done, but they come in different colors, different sizes, up to I think 2X or maybe even 3X. But I do have these. I've had some bags made. So I'm trying to do my thing here. I have stickers. The newest thing that we had when we were at the symposium was keychains. So for those who I'm sending off some books to, I will, there'll be some treats in there for you. So I'm really excited about those things. But I will also share that on this show, we will be doing commercials. So for those who have some kind of product or something that they want to share, we want to provide an opportunity to do some commercial breaks during the show where we'll highlight your product and get people to get out there and support you and buy what you have. I did want to share someone, and we didn't have time to do a commercial for her. And if she's tuned in, she won't know that this is what I was going to do, but she should kind of expect it. Shariva doesn't even know. But every year, my team works so hard. We have Saturday meetings, executive meetings, that kind of stuff. And they really put the work in, whether it's my website, whether it's, setting the show up, or I have a crafting business as well, promotion, social media, all those kind of things. They're there for me. She said, I'll be waiting for my stuff. But if you all have never seen me promote this, then you haven't been watching me for years, okay? But Grace and it's Arista and Shariva, you might have to remind me so we make sure we send them to the right place. Because randomly, I feel like I love to support people who are doing amazing things and have great products. And if I use them, I'm going to do my best to shout you out. This is a planner that I have been ordering for me and my team for what, 5 years, Shariva? I'm not sure. It's been 5, 6 years because I fell in love with this ad. If you all see Sharon Parker in the comments, then this goes to Sharon's word is synergy. I do connect with people. We stay connected and we support each other. I met her at Sharon's event, and Sharon's one of the events that's coming up September 16th. And I will be on my platform sharing that with you because I'm emceeing with Prince Dejour. But she's all about history and building the gap between generations. So please stay tuned. But at her event, there was a young lady who had planners. And if you love to write or journal or anything like that, planners is your thing. I love this planner. I fell in love with this planner and decided every year to get the year started with my team that they would get one of these. So the presentation, everything is amazing. You all, I think if you check in the chat, Shariva's put it in there, but these planners are amazing. She has thought about everything. It's all about positive goals. She keeps you on point. She even has Zooms every month with those who have bought their planners. I know my team is waiting for theirs. I just asked them for their order on what color they want. There are 4 colors this year. But this is something we do every year. She has a combination of things. She has little notepads that match Shariva. Yes, I did get some of the notepads. I just went and got the whole kit and caboodle. I had to get everything. And sometimes they're so pretty, I don't even want to use them. But I wanted to shout out. She also sent some pins. If you get the big package, you'll get pins. So she prepares you for the year. So I want my team to be prepared for the year, whether they're working with me or they're working on other projects. So this was a little surprise promo, but Grace knows that I have her. She does an amazing job. So if you're looking for an amazing planner, please check out Grace. And I think she put, is Grace's name in there? I have to spell her last name. But she's on TikTok, she's on Facebook. Um, She's amazing. So please check it out. It's the Aravista Planner. Link is in the chat. Check it out. That was just a little surprise promo, but we will have video commercials that are available to you. We can, if you inbox us or you email me, we can let you know what the fee is. It's just a small fee for you to either submit a video to us or we can create one for you, because we also have a business DSM media where we do backdrops, we do videos, we do flyers and things like that. And I also met some friends that got skills in those areas as well, so I will, definitely push things their way. I'm all about promoting and supporting, and with that, when you're doing that with other people, communication is involved, and no matter what we do. So we're going to talk about communication non-verbally too. Y'all know I can be animated sometimes, and sometimes I can say absolutely nothing, but you all know exactly what I'm thinking because it just scrolls right across here. But we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that rest and be face. Y'all know who y'all are. I'm not going to call out no names. Lisa, talking to me. But we're going to talk about that because what you don't realize is that you're communicating with people as soon as you walk into a room. And for that reason, we need to be careful with what message we sending out. On top of that, we're going to talk about how we talk to ourselves. What's the first person that's going to hear what you thinking, what you say? It's you. So if you're not talking to you right, how you think you can talk to someone else and be a positive influence in their life? So this is what the Power Shut Up is going to be all about. I'm not even sure if I'm missing anything, but I think that you will enjoy this hour. We really chop things up to where the beginning of the interview, we'll talk to whoever our guest is. Sometimes it'll be one guest. Sometimes it may be several. I've talked with a couple of people. There's Miss Plus America that is a friend of mine. I worked on a project with her. Her and her whole court are going to join us on the Power Shut Up podcast. So we're setting a date for that. So there's so many things that are going to come about. The hidden treasures. I know we're behind the eight ball with that, but I'm trying to figure out how I can roll that out so we can continue to support those who are doing amazing things in the community, and then continue to just thank people. Continue to say thank you. When I talk about communication, I'm talking about those small things, not anything big. Sometimes it's about just saying thank you. Thank you for seeing me. Thank you for recognizing my worth. Thank you for just being you. There's so many things that we can use our words to uplift and help people, and that's what I'm here for. Y'all know I love love communication. Communication is my jam. Um, we will have DJs. I've met a couple of cool DJs on TikTok as well. And you all know if you're in the DMV area, we have a whole crew of DJs that has come through here. We've even talked to them and had them as guests on the show to talk about how it is being a DJ, the wives of the DJs. There's so many things that we'll talk about on this show throughout the year, and I'm hoping that this will continue through seasons and seasons to come. We don't have any commercials for you tonight. I just wanted to use this hour to kind of roll out what we're going to be doing, and hoping that you will get excited about tuning in. You'll be able to watch the show if you do not catch it live, which I really would love to see it live because then we get to see your comments and I get to engage with you. But if you don't get a chance to do that, you can always catch the shows on my YouTube channel to go back and catch up. And you can also find them on my Facebook page, the Power Shut Up Facebook page. We're working on TikTok. Actually, before we even went live, because we do transparency over here, so we we can be working behind the eight ball trying to figure something out at the last minute. But anything that we can do to help get the word out, that's what we're going to be doing. So TikTok will be incorporated into this as well. And then there are a couple of other networks or things that I'm working on. But you will be able to listen to the Power Shut Up podcast in your car. because like she said, all the platforms, Spotify, etc., it will shoot out to all of those platforms as well. So I know that there's some people in here. If you all are still in here, and you have any questions or any suggestions or what you'd like to see for this first season of the Power Shut Up, please feel free to put it in the chat. I see some of you are tuning in from YouTube. I love that. Please share with your friends and your family. I think that there's something that's going to happen during this hour that any age group can gain. Kid friendly. We bring mentors on here. Me being a mentor myself, I love supporting the youth. I love supporting the elderly. So we're open as long as it's empowering and as long as it's inspiring, as long as it's enlightening. If we can learn something that will help us to grow going forward, then I'm all for it. And I welcome you all. I see Sharon had a question. What are some of your Power Shut Up guests? Oh, good question. So, with the Power Shut Up, next week, as I mentioned, we're having Dr. Gail Crowder come on. She will be telling you about a new TV show that she has coming up. And the reason why that's related to the Power Shut Up, which all guests won't necessarily be related to it personally, but there's a personal connection with our guest for next week because she is the woman who told me to shut up first. But she's also one who understands what my plight was with learning to manage my voice and be quiet when I was engaged with my husband about some things because she experienced some things as well. And she has a conference every year called Bring the Sexy Back to the Marriage. And this particular conference is kind of a checkmate for women. Let's say that. It's not to suggest that that men don't have issues that they need to address, but she addresses the wives and she really gets into us about how we can do better and how we can show up and be better wives to our husbands. I have been, supporting that conference for probably 8, 9 years. I absolutely enjoy it. She celebrates the women, and we learn a lot. But from that, she has actually been engaged in an opportunity to have a TV show called Dr. Gail on love, sex, and marriage. And I'm also honored to be part of the production team. So she's coming on next week and we're going to talk about it. We're looking for some couples that we can have on the show. And there are going to be all kinds of topics. So please stay tuned for that. I'm sure Sharon Parker is going to be a guest on this show. She's the one who asked the question because she's doing some amazing things in our community in regards to history and the next generation. She said 21 to 40 years old as a guest. Well, you have absolutely. We have all ages are coming onto this platform. We've had actually it was on the Luncheon with Lisa show, but we've had a young man that started his own t-shirt business, and I believe he might have been 8, 9. So we welcome everybody to come here and talk about what they have going on. And I want to encourage everybody to continue to tune in and support these people because this is what we really need to focus on. A lot of times we get distracted. By other things that are going on in the world that really don't feed us well. So this is my opportunity to not just talk about it, but put my money where my mouth is and put in the action. And this is part of that. And I'm pleased that I have people around me, whether it's on Facebook or even Twitter or TikTok, that actually feel the same way and that they want to make a positive difference in the lives of others. And it makes them happy to see people doing wonderful things, celebrating love, whatever it may be. So that's what we're here for. So when you think about the Power Shut Up, let me leave you with this before we get into saying goodbye for next week. And that the Power Shut Up is not about silencing your voice so that you can't be heard. It's more about learning to manage your voice so that when you do speak, that people can hear you and they can understand and comprehend, and that you all can come together to meet the goal. So that's what the Power Shut Up is all about. It is in no way taking your voice away. I would not suggest that for anyone. But I will say that sometimes silence is the best response to a situation. I will also say, to throw something in there since we are talking about this, is that silence can also be used as a weapon. So we will talk about that as well. Because some people use silence to shut you down, to trigger you. So we're going to talk about those things. And I'm hoping that I'll have guests who are brave enough to come on here, especially men. So I will say this, and Shariba probably can attest to, we've talked about this before. A lot of times we have a lot of women come on, but we've also had some great men to come on the show as guests. So I'm encouraging the men out here to come in here and let's talk about it. Let's see how we can get the women to understand where you're coming from, and the women to understand you, and the men to understand where we're coming from. If we can, kind of burn those petty files, as you've seen me promoting for the last umpteen days, we're deciding that it's time for us to burn those petty files and put those big, huge egos aside and get some work done. And that means that we got to shake some of this stuff off. We got to learn how to just say, I'm sorry. Or we got to learn how to accept that we don't have all the answers. Or learn how to say, I'm right, but right now I don't even need to say. There's so many things that we can gain from learning how to exercise our power shut up. And I'm hoping that you'll be open to embrace those. And I would love to chit chat with people who have other perspectives that we can talk about. So I wanted to again thank you all for joining me for this hour to talk about what the Power Shut Up podcast is going to be about. I'm looking forward to booking guests. So if you know someone who you think would be great to come on and join us for an interview, those who know me know that I love to interview amazing guests, and everybody who enters those doors of this platform are amazing to me. We've had some extraordinary guests come on here, and I think that that will continue. So if you know somebody, let us know. If you think that you would like to come on and let's talk about what you're doing amazing in this community or your community, the world, I will say that Luncheon with Lisa was able to expand from right here in the DMV, Washington, D.C., Maryland area to many, many, many states and as far as India. We've talked about education. We don't do a lot of talking about politics. Um, that's not really my area. But generally, we can talk about things that people care about. We even had some moments where we wanted to talk about what people were in the world lunching about. So we'll flip that into, what do you wish people would stop talking about? That's the power shut up, right? But then we can talk about, why do you want them to start talking about it? Maybe we can gain something from the conversation. So this is a collective project that's going on here. This is not just about me talking to you or talking to my guests. We engage over here. I love to hear what people have to say. I can glean off of what you know. We can teach each other. So that's what I'm here for. And I so appreciate those who I've seen along the years support me, and they understand my heart. And please understand that that doesn't go unnoticed. I see you, and I thank you as always for tuning in, giving me an hour of your time, 15 minutes of your time, whatever it would be. It's absolutely appreciated, and I can't wait to get this year started. We ain't had no music tonight, so y'all got stuck with listening to me. So don't be telling me to shut up like Lisa, shut up. This was about, telling you what it's about. But I love y'all. I do. I love you for supporting me, for giving me a moment of your time. I'm hoping you will share this with your family and friends. And I appreciate you. I really do. So I'm not sure if I missed anything about what we're doing, but we always yell out plot twists. So we may switch it up, do something different, but it's always going to be a good time. It's going to be informative. It's going to be knowledge sharing, and just being appreciative of the people around you. So, Donna, yes, I love you all and I appreciate you. And I know sometimes I say it a lot, but it's because I absolutely mean it. And I think too many times we walk around in this world and we really don't appreciate those who appreciate us. And I never want anybody to walk away from my space not knowing that I appreciate your support. Thank you for listening to me, because you could have been listening to someone else. And please continue to tune in to the Power Shut Up podcast because we are just getting started. And I got quite a few people that I need to get in contact with that will be right up in this room with me. And we're going to be talking about some amazing things while we share tips about how we can tame this tongue. Okay. And stop checking other people and sometimes check us and walk away being better communicators. So that's my goal. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I hope you'll learn more about me along the way for those who are just meeting me. And for those who already know me, I hope you still learn something new about me that says, that's why I like Lisa, because I like y'all. And for those who you think need a lesson, I'll tell you with the Power Shut Up, what I would get all the time is I know somebody who could use that book. Generally speaking, if I get that response, I'll say, it might be you. So I know I needed it first. I keep it with me. And I'm hoping that you'll hit me up if you want a copy. And again, I'm going to say this because I know somebody going to say something smart. For those who I've already said I'm sending one to you, it is coming. I swear to you, I'm slow with it, but it's coming. But if you want to get a t-shirt, you want to get a mug, you want to get a keychain, whatever it is, hit me up. Let me know. I would love for you all to be out there representing the Power Shut Up. But thank you so much for this hour. And I look forward to seeing you next Thursday and every Thursday, 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please go over to the Lisa Dove Washington YouTube channel and click subscribe so you can get notifications of when we're going live. You can also go to the Power Shut Up Facebook page. And I'm on Facebook anyway. I have several pages out there. And of course, TikTok. I would love for you all to go out onto TikTok to the Power Shut Up TikTok page and follow so that you can find out how we're going to incorporate TikTok into this whole journey of the Power Shut Up. So until next Thursday, have a wonderful, wonderful week, wonderful weekend, and we'll see you then. Have a good one.